What's going on, Body Threads family? I am Joe Cohn, CEO and founder of Body Threads. And we are here today. It's my first blog. And we are talking about bands that reunite for tours. Whether it be farewell tour, get back together tour, the Holy Grail 40th and 50th and sometimes 60th anniversary tour. That's right. Tours are coming back. It's 1985 all over again because it's 2025 now. So that's 40 years of some great rock bands, and they are definitely coming out in droves. I've seen 10 or 15 bands at least already, which I'm excited for. 40th anniversary tours. Can't wait to see it, but that begs the question. Reunited and it feels so good. That's why I'm not a singer. Hard rock and heavy metal have always been more than just about the music. It's an identity, it's a rebellion, it's community and the soundtrack to a generation that refused to play by the same old rules. But when our favorite bands announce we are getting back together or for one last time, the fan reactions are often split right down the middle. Some scream for tickets like it's 1985. Others roll their eyes, muttering, "Didn't we just go to a farewell tour last month?" Nostalgia versus reality. We remember our favorite bands at their peak, sweat-drenched, loud, fearless, untouchable, and of course, the hot groupies. When they reunite decades later, sometimes the fire isn't the same, nor the original members. Some band members have quit to join other bands, and even worse, they have joined up with other musicians touring under the same name. I saw Great White twice in the same week one time, wasn't even the same band, and sadly, some of them have passed away. Some fans have commented that the reunion tour seems more like karaoke night, as some of these bands still forge on, Foreigner, to play under the same name with zero original members. I admit that's hard for me as well. But I do understand that it's a business, and for some musicians, the band name has become their franchise rather than worrying about the actual band. When we finally arrive at this show, we notice the voices may have cracked, the solos appear to drag on, and the waistlines and hairlines have changed for both musicians and fans. And for diehard fans like me, it feels like sometimes our heroes have been ravaged by time, and that can sting a little bit as it also becomes more self-relevant into our own lives. But somehow we look into the stage in 2025 and we almost demand to see what we saw back in 1985. It seems to be the same for the athletes and actors as well. Well, we hate to see our idols, become more like us. Is it just a cash grab? Reunion tours, especially now, have often come with sky-high rocket prices, VIP package, meet and greet, merch drops. I do like the merch drops. It seems like this year, every band I grew up is going into the 40th anniversary tour, and I can't wait to see them. And who can blame them? Fans once saw these bands in a sweaty club for $5, now face seat prices that can exceed over $500 a seat in a crowded arena, or we can go back to that same club for $100. It's not, and not one matinee. When you realize how old we are, we can't stand up for 3 hours in a row. At least have an intermission, for God's sakes. But I digress. The One More Tour. Many reunions are marketed as the final tour, but fans have heard it all before. Farewell tours often circle back into reunion tours, then anniversary tours. This cycle can leave us jaded, like we were watching 1985 relationship of Pamela and Tommy Lee. How did I get that in here? Guarding the legacy. For a lot of fans, hard rock and heavy metal is a sacred bond between fans and what we consider to be our bands. Our bands. These bands aren't just artists to us. They were and are our cultural warriors, and we viewed them as our voice when we were growing up. We had none. When a reunion appears to fall flat, it risks rewriting the band's legacy in the minds of both new and old fans. Some would rather keep the memory pure than watch it diluted again. We see the vulnerabilities, and we don't seem to be able to accept this, because if they can fall, then we see ourselves as falling too. Deep down, we still do care, and guess what? So do most of the musicians. Here's the conundrum. Resentment often comes from love. If fans didn't care, we wouldn't get so fired up. The truth is, hard rock and heavy metal is burned deeply into our lives. So seeing that anything less, the original magic feels like a betrayal. We don't seem to want to deal with that. Often, as the owner and CEO of Body Threads, and through the partnerships I have built with legendary musicians, I have had the amazing opportunity of being part of some incredible shows, no matter what tour name was on the marquee. I didn't care. Over the past 2 years, I have had the rare privilege of experiencing the real behind the scenes with sound checks, hanging out with the bands backstage, and the raw presence of legends like Ron Keel, Kick Axe, Accept, Pat Travers, and Carmine and Peace to Save. I have seen some more too. What I've learned from this amazing experience is this: every one of these men and women are still laser focused on their craft. They are passionate about how they sound, how they look, and the energy they bring. And the most important thing they've all told me in each and their own way is that once they hit the stage, it's all about the music. And even more than that, it's about us, the fans. So the next time you're thinking it's just a money grab, remember this. Some of these guys in their 60s and 70s, pushing 80s, and they are still cranking it up night after night for the love of the song and the love of the fans. The show, once you find yourself at the next show, whether it's billed as a reunion, a farewell, a last song, or the Holy Grail 40th, 50th anniversary tour, something happens. The lights go down, the singer walks out from backstage and finally makes his way up to the mic and begins belting out those classic songs, and you can see it in his face. He wants to be there. If you allow yourself to get lost in that moment, put that fucking cell phone down, stop recording, and just be there, you'll feel it. Maybe it's when our guitar hero hits every perfect note to our favorite song, or maybe it's when we as the crowd start singing along to those words that have been with us for over 50 years. That's when it clicks. That's when you know it was worth the wait. Standing in the line to get in just like it was 1985. Damn! I can't wait to see the next show. And maybe it'll be a matinee.